everybody is actually looking forward to owning a house.
I was very, very happy when I got the allocation for the house.
Mortgage can actually work in Nigeria.
A very good evening to you, and thanks for joining us on another episode of the program Everyone Deserves a Home, a program brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, showcasing the bank's ongoing efforts to breach the housing gap in Nigeria by providing affordable homes and accessible mortgage for low and medium income earners. I am Aisha Muhammad Ahmed, your anchor. In today's edition, we will be focusing on one of the FMBN's key interventions, the Cooperative Housing Development Loan. Through this initiative, the FMBN has empowered countless Nigerians with the opportunity to own homes by leveraging on the strength of the cooperatives to achieve their housing dreams. The news segment, Building Block, Dream Come True and Feedback will complete the package for today's episode, bringing you a well-rounded insight into FMBN's initiatives and impact. Join me after the break for details of the news shortly. Stay tuned. The program will take off with news highlight of major events around the housing sector. In the news tonight, Kano State Governor Lord's FMBN urges residents to support housing initiatives. Stay tuned for these and other stories coming up shortly. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, has presented its 2024 performance report and unveiled its 2025 strategic plan at a meeting held at the Federal Ministry of Lands and Urban Development.
Some of the major highlights of the bill that were...
The Managing Director of FMBN, Shehu Usman Osidi, outlined the bank's operational performance from January 2023 to December 2024, detailing National Housing Fund (NHF) contributions, loan approvals, and disbursement. He noted the bank's role in financing the construction of 7,200 housing units as part of its contribution to the ministry's target to deliver 20,000 affordable housing units annually.
Our total achievement is 2,165. And Honorable Ministers, I would like to mention here that, like we know, housing construction is a process. And so we had a lot of difficulty having to be told to be delivering a number of houses on a quarterly basis. I must acknowledge and appreciate the leadership that the ministry provided in the engagement with members of the CRCDU. And so when we met also with them, arising from that interaction with the ministry, we have now agreed on certain milestones that will be measured. So rather than ask us to deliver houses every 3 months, we are now going to be measuring the performance based on certain parameters, which includes number of sites cleared, a number of houses at DPC, number of houses at lintel, and up to the end. So we have about 5 stages now, which we were happy to note that the leadership of the ministry provided in the guidance to the CDCU. So we believe that our performance under this deliverable for this quarter will improve significantly.
OCD also gave insights into the bank's achievement, which included the establishment of a national mortgage registry with active involvement from major stakeholders. He also provided updates on the bank's recapitalization efforts, the ongoing review of the NHF and FMBN Act.
The establishment of the National Mortgage Registry. Like I mentioned, the National Council on Lands had given this mandate to the bank, which also consequently became one of the deliverables under the presidential priorities. So the first objective is, like, we are starting from ground zero. So when we had an interaction with officials of the CRCDU, it was agreed that the first thing we should do is to establish the location. In other words, to have what you can call a mortgage registry, somewhere you can walk into and actually see a registry that represents a national mortgage registry. Then the second stage is to get data to populate, that will reflect the mortgages that are recorded on a monthly basis. So what we have been able to achieve 100% is that we've been able to establish a mortgage registry. And during our last presentation, we had said we were going to invite the leadership of the ministry to even take a look at what we have.
He further outlined the bank's 2025 plans, focusing on the implementation of a performance management system to enhance operational efficiency and delivery.
The bank strategy plans and targets for year 2025 are driven by management's 7-point key priorities, which we call a 7-point agenda, namely deepening process of automation, promoting cost efficiency, enhancing credit quality, reducing non-performing loans, effective project management, expanding strategic partnerships, enthroning a robust organizational employee performance management system, and standardized capacity building, talent management.
What is the bank doing? Most of those high income earners, they are not contributors.
Speaking during the presentation, the Minister of Lands and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Dengiwa, commended FMBN for its performance and called for quarterly progress reports. He stressed the need for affordable housing loans to meet the demands of target beneficiaries, highlighting the importance of improving collaboration with the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress (TUC). Architect Dengiwa also urged the bank to enhance its public sensitization efforts.
This report should always be sending it to the ministry quarterly. Always want to have it quarterly. So this one should serve for this quarter. Next quarter we need to send another one. I know the time I was there we used to send monthly updates. But for now I take it as quarterly update of their performance for us to know and then guide. And the new farm secretary is going to set a committee to review it and then see the need for any other advice. One, you need to know that the mandate of federal mortgage is to provide affordable mortgages for Nigerians. That is the essence of it. Affordable mortgages, that is the one that is given at a concessional rate of 6% to pay over a long period of 30 years. This has been your mandate. But the problem is, you said affordable. What is affordable? You find that most of the houses being developed by the developers are not affordable.
Namely Kano and Oyo State.
The Managing Director, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Shehu Osidi, has expressed appreciation to the Kano State government for rejoining the National Housing Fund scheme. He was speaking during a courtesy visit to the Executive Governor of Kano State. While speaking, Osidi highlighted the numerous benefits available to civil servants, stressing the bank's commitments to provide affordable housing solutions for civil servants in Kano State.
The purpose of this courtesy call to Your Excellency is to thank you most profoundly for affording the civil servants of Kano State this opportunity to benefit from the National Housing Fund. We are proud to be associated with your government because, incidentally, for upwards of 5 or so years, there were only 2 states that were no longer contributing to the National Housing Fund, namely Kano and Oyo State. And I want to congratulate Kano State for winning the race, for not waiting to be the last to join the scheme. At Lambu, I had informed you, Your Excellency, that Kano is to Mingiwa, Kode Mekazu, and Pika. Because of that, we knew we did not have any liberty to dictate to Kano what Kano State wants. We deferred to the Tumbi of Kano, but we also appealed to your sense of judgment to consider the benefits that are going to be accruable to civil servants in Kano State by rejoining the scheme. And so the purpose of this courtesy call is actually to come and thank you specially for honoring our request and for being a true leader.
That I should receive you.
Responding, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf who was represented by the Commissioner of Finance and Economic Development, Dr. Ismail Aliyu Dammaraya, acknowledged FMBN's impact on affordable housing and emphasized the importance of strengthening collaboration between the bank and Kano State civil servants through various housing initiatives. He encouraged continuous support and collaboration with FMBN, urging stakeholders and civil servants to actively support the bank's efforts to promote home ownership and improve the welfare of the state workers.
His Excellency Alhaji Abubakar Yusuf has appreciated the effort put in place by the Federal Mortgage Bank in improving the welfare of civil servants through the National Housing Fund schemes. These collaborations is a clear indication that the welfare of civil servants in Kano State will be further strengthened through your schemes. I now call on the civil servants to privilege and leverage on this opportunity by tapping from the opportunity provided and the enabling environment that will improve their welfare and socio-economic activity in general. I'm still calling on the bank to further strengthen this relationship so that workers from Kano State will be able to benefit.
Thanks for staying with us. The Cooperative Housing Development Loan Scheme stands out as a practical solution to Nigeria's housing deficit, offering a collaborative approach to affordable housing through the cooperative societies. In our next segment, we will showcase a 57 housing unit estate built by Cooperative Services Limited and funded by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria through the Cooperative Housing Development Loan. Coming up shortly. It stands as a testament to the efficacy of the Cooperative Housing Development Loan products. Stay tuned.
The Cooperative Housing Development Loan Scheme is a product of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria (FMBN), created in 2016, designed to provide affordable housing for members of registered cooperative societies, the National Housing Fund Scheme, especially low and middle income earners. Under this product, the FMBN has successfully partnered with cooperatives across the country, supporting them in building affordable housing projects that transform the lives of their members. Such cooperative societies would acquire land and title from government, obtain loan from FMBN to develop the housing units, and identify a primary mortgage bank (PMB) to market the units and establish a robust post-implementation plan for the estate. This Hosanna Housing Estate, built by Cooperative Services Limited, partnering with the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in developing houses for members of the Cooperative Investment Limited. This project is located at Filindabo District, Dede, Abuja. The project manager of the Cooperative Services Limited shares with us details and the phases in which this project will be delivered.
We are delivering 57 units of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom housing units as funded by the Federal Mortgage Bank. The project is delivered in milestones. The first phase of the project is to deliver 30% of the housing units as funded by the Federal Mortgage Bank. The second phase is to deliver 30% of the housing units and 30% of the infrastructure as funded by the Mortgage Bank. And the third phase is to deliver 30% of the housing units and 40% of infrastructure, while the fourth and the final phase is to deliver 10% housing units and 30% infrastructure.
Giving more details about the project, Mr. Kenny Agu, said that 30% of the infrastructure cost is funded by FMBN. He provides details on the total project cost and explains the disbursement structure.
The infrastructures that are going to be here is standard amenities that you have in any estates, like paved roads, street lights, and boreholes. But we are also going further to provide a clinic. We are going further to provide a crèche, and we are also providing a shopping complex. The 57 units that's funded by the Federal Mortgage Bank is at 538 million thereabout. And the disbursement has been good. Like I said, we are delivering in phases, and the funding is in 4 tranches. In 4 tranches according to the delivered milestones. So far we've received 3 tranches out of 4. So we are just awaiting the 4th tranche of the disbursements, and it's been smooth and seamless.
In all of these, the developer, Mr. Agu, emphasized the significant role of real estate in economic growth and urged the government to foster stronger collaboration with the private sector.
Building an estate or building a house is an activity that provides food on almost every strata of the economy, that puts food on people's table. That's why we're encouraging the government to create a synergy between the private sector and the government to make sure that the real estate sector is well taken care of in terms of policy formulation, in terms of funding, like recapitalizing the Federal Mortgage Bank so that they can be able to create more mortgages. We don't have to continue working in silos because it has not helped anybody. The basic responsibility of government is to provide enabling environments for the housing sector or the real estate sector. The actual responsibility of providing the houses is that of the private sector. So there has to be a synergy and a cooperation between the government and the private sector to make sure that people continue to develop. You understand? In that way, our economy will continue to grow. There will continue to be a turnaround and turnover of business activities and transactions.
The Cooperative Housing Development Loan Scheme stands as a testament to FMBN's commitment to improving access to affordable housing for all Nigerians. Through strategic partnership with cooperative societies like Cooperative Limited, who are dedicated in delivering quality housing without compromise, the dream of home ownership is becoming a reality for many. The Hosanna estate is about 80% completed, and off-takers are already on ground, ready to move in. The success of these initiatives highlights the importance of sustained collaboration in addressing Nigeria's housing needs.
We also like to appreciate our partners like the Federal Mortgage Bank, the AG Mortgage Bank, our developers in Redan, our fellow developers, that people are helping us to formulate issues and come up with advocacy on how to provide housing. We also want to appreciate our vendors, our partners, and our promoters who have helped in making sure that we have seamless transactions and continue to provide affordable and decent housing to Nigeria.
You are still tuned into Everyone Deserves a Home. The vision of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in providing access to home ownership for Nigerians is already a reality for many. In this segment, we meet one of the beneficiaries, Mr. Imam Abdul Wahid, who shares his inspiring journey to home ownership and the steps he took to turn his dream into reality. He offers valuable insight for others who will want to toil the same path. Stay with us and enjoy his story.
I can assure all Nigerians that if you apply, once it is available, you will get.
Definitely the scheme is real.
It's a big testimony to stop paying rent.
Excellent. Seriously excellent.
It works and is real.
Mr. Imam Abdul Wahid is an entrepreneur whose journey began when a friend introduced him to the NHF scheme during his search for a home. Motivated by the opportunity, he decided to give it a try.
It's through one of my friends that we stayed together in an estate close in the town. Actually, I don't know how he met Abiskoli, but due to his search for him to own a house, so he went to FMBN. That my friend, he's also having a building here too, but he's not in town right now. It's through him I get to know the Abiskolis.
He shares with us the process he followed to become a home owner, ultimately acquiring a 2-bedroom bungalow.
I was introduced to the Abiskoli management. So they told me these are the available houses, and they said I should pick which of the options I can afford. So I told them the only one I can afford is these 2-bedroom flats, bungalows. So they tell me the price I paid, and they say if I want to pay outright, they told me the price, and they also told me the option of mortgage bank as well too. So I picked the choice of the mortgage bank, and they asked me to pay some percentage before I can secure my own apartment.
Mr. Imam explained the basic requirements for accessing the NHF as an entrepreneur and how he met them through a primary mortgage bank.
The requirement, they just asked me to submit my details. Then they gave me a form to fill. And I also went to living, since I'm an entrepreneur, so I need to go to the living trust. I need to follow to them. I fill some form, then my details, I also submit my details to them as well too.
He also expresses how happy it was to achieve his dream of owning a home.
It's overwhelming, seriously. I was very happy for it's a dream come true for me, because in short time, I can't believe I can have my house within this short period of time. And with God's mercy and His power, I was able to get that, and it's very overwhelming. I appreciate Almighty Allah for that.
He encourages people around him to give the NHF scheme a trial, promising its authenticity.
I have some experience about this. Initially, I was working as an orator with one company before I decided I don't want to work on that person, so I want to own my own business as well. So I know some details about FBN, mortgage and non-normal houses. I know some details about it. So that doesn't give me fear, even when my friend introduced us to me. So, but the main thing I was trying to get that, to know the authenticity of the something. But luckily for me, the office of the mortgage bank and the living trust were not far from my place. I was able to go and test myself to confirm the authenticity. So after making that, I have no fear to move forward on my choice of owning my house myself. I have so many friends still asking me about that. So I've started telling them the process and how to go about it.
On this note, we bring this episode of the program to an end. Don't forget to make a date with us again next week, same time, same station, for another exciting edition of the program. Do well to stop by at any FMBN branch office near you, or visit the website on www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information about the bank. And if you are already an NHF contributor, you can check the status of your contributions by dialing the short code on *219# for details of your contributions. Until I see you again, bye-bye.